HTA students, and welcome to Honu Headline News.
My name is Vivian.
And I'm Nua.
Once again, folks, we are this week's anchors for HTA TV.
We hope you had an enjoyable 3-day weekend and are ready for another eventful week at school.
We have fun segments scheduled for today, but first, the announcements.
It has been reported that the classrooms used for lunch have been littered and sticky with trash bins overflowing. Remember, being able to eat in an air-conditioned classroom with chairs and tables is a privilege. Classrooms should be clean and ready for the next class period by the end of lunch.
Want to get involved in community service, make a difference regarding global issues, meet new friends, boost your college resume, and travel to places in Asia or the Pacific? Well then, PAC Club is perfect for you. We meet 2 times a month, both virtually and in person. Contact Mrs. Francis for more info and have your learning coach sign you up in Honu Hub. HTA's Gender and Sexuality Alliance, GSA, meets every Thursday from 3:05 to 4:05. GSA is a social and supportive space for LGBTQIA+ students and allies to have fun and develop community. All are welcome to join.
There are free dance lessons at Treasure Box Studios after school's Thursday, 3:30 to 4:45. Keep in mind, the deadline to drop any classes is August 29th.
Make sure to have your learning coach contact the school for attendance updates if you need to miss school. Also be sure to reach out to teachers for any work that you might need to get done.
And remember, students, dress code.
Let's get to our segments, Honu to Honu, where we dive into the halls to get to know each other better.
I'm Annabella from HTA TV. And I'm Kaylee. And we are your hosts. Today we'll be interviewing students and asking them what their passions are. So right now I'm with Jazlyn. Jazlyn, what are you most passionate about?
I'm most passionate about tennis.
Wow, what is your favorite thing about tennis?
I think like winning, and meeting new people. I get to travel a lot, so it's really fun.
Awesome, thank you so much. Hey everyone, I'm here with Jordan. Okay, Jordan, what are you most passionate about?
I'm passionate about art. I really like to paint, and I like to create different kinds of media.
Okay, I like that answer. So right now I'm here with
Brody.
So Brody, tell me, what are you passionate about?
Academics, money. I'm an academic person. I'm academic based.
Nice. What's your favorite thing academic-wise, like subject or anything?
Probably mathematics or history.
Sick. Okay, yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you. So right now I'm here with
Greyson golf.
Okay, so Greyson, please tell me, what are you passionate about?
Sleeping.
Sleeping's nice, yeah. Okay, anything else?
No, not really.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much. And now I'm here with
Sammy.
And so Sammy, tell me what you're passionate about.
I don't really know. I got into acting actually, so I guess I'm kind of passionate about that. Yeah.
Wow, that's really cool. How long have you been into acting?
About a year now. I've gotten about 4 gigs. Yeah.
Wow, thank you so much, Sammy. And now this is
Connor.
Now Connor, please tell me, what are you passionate about?
It's just a very tough question. Getting good grades.
Nice. And now I'm here with the teachers, and they're all going to tell me what they're passionate about in a speed round. Let's go.
Hi, Kumubo here, and I'm passionate about teaching math at HTA.
Santos here. I'm passionate about Malamaaina. Miss Francis here. I'm passionate about my kids and the future and saving our planet.
That was a good one. Mr. Glasser, and I'm really passionate about the relationships that I develop with my colleagues at work.
Mr. Bowers, I am passionate about the ocean.
Mr. Helt, I am passionate about the Dallas Cowboys.
Thanks for watching our Heart to Heart segment. Tune in next week for another episode. Back to the anchors, Nu and Viv.
And now we have a special guest today for our segment titled Teacher Feature. Give a warm welcome to Mr. Wida. He needs it after his adventure hiking Mount Everest.
Mr. Wida, you had quite the adventure this summer, didn't you?
I did.
Okay, here we are talking about your Mount Everest experience. Can you give us a little insight, a little story?
So, this last summer in May, I headed over to Mount Everest in Nepal. And let's see, it took 32 hours to fly there. Basically, we went around the whole backside of the world. And yeah, that was my start to the journey. So interesting as to how this all started. About 3 years ago, one of my previous wrestlers, I coached him in junior high and then in high school along with Mr. Bulow. And so at 25, he joined the Peace Corps and got stationed in Nepal. And he said to me 3 years ago, hey, I'm going to finish my tour in the Peace Corps. Do you want to go hike to the base camp of Mount Everest with me? And I said, all my friends are fat and not doing anything cool, so yeah, I'll go with you, let's go. We flew out May 14th, and then that started our journey.
What was the training like in preparation for this journey?
Okay, so for me to train, I did a lot of research for this, and like things you could do, okay? And so one of the things that I couldn't duplicate here was the altitude and the challenge of altitude, because we hiked to just the base camp of Everest. So if you're going to the top of Everest, this is the part you start at. And this is where you start at because this is the last place that helicopters can fly and land and bring you supplies. And then after that point, you're on your own. So to get to the base camp is 17,600 feet. The top of Everest is 29,000 feet. So a lot more to go. So to train, I couldn't duplicate the altitude. So I figured that my backpack would probably weigh about like 35 pounds. And then with the water you're carrying, probably about 40 pounds worth of like weight on you. So I trained all the way up doing a lot of like hour-long trainings, just like high-intensity workouts. But then toward the last 8 months, I wore a 50-pound weight vest on and did all the workouts with the 50-pound vest on to kind of just get in shape for that. So my body would know what that felt like to have that much weight on it. So Nepal's like a third world country, so it's not, they don't make a lot of money there, and it's just a different kind of culture to experience altogether. Just because they don't have quite the sanitation that we have. Still a beautiful place, but just like a lot of those eye-opening things. They don't really have like running toilets. People over there are amazing, super kind. One of the craziest things over there, you know, in Hawaii we have like, if you walk across the street, you have the right of way, so cars stop for you. Over there, cars stop for you also, but they stop like mid-traffic. So like it would be almost like trying to cross H2 during rush hour traffic, but everybody stops. It's like this crazy walk of faith where people just like walk into traffic and then they stop. And it was like every time you did it, you just kind of closed your eyes and you're like, okay, here we go. And you'd walk across the street and you survived every time, but it was very, very like nail-biting kind of crazy experience.
And so I also wanted to ask, what are some challenges you faced and how did you overcome them? And at any point, did you think you were making a mistake? If so, how did you get over that mental block?
Well, I'm always mentally blocked. The challenges we had, the food was very different there. So we kind of like the change of the diet, like where you're like, hey, I need some protein, I need carbohydrates. You kind of had to see what they had to eat there. And then challenge-wise, it sounds crazy, but physically it was pretty demanding. So you're going all out as hard as you can go, 8 hours a day, and you're traveling 1 mile an hour because you're going up so high into the altitude, you're just exhausted. So you'd like walk 10 steps and then count to 5 and then walk 10 more steps and then count to 5. And it's like a Stairmaster that's just at the highest peak possible. So you're just going up the whole time. The other challenge was, and this sounds silly, but like emotionally, like if you get sick on the trek, we had two of the people in our group got sick. And in getting sick, we had to take them to the hospital, which is like their doctor's office. And we had to slow down and decide like, do we have to stop or can we keep going? And so one of the girls went with us, or the girl went with us, her name was Kess. And so when she got sick, you can't just leave her in a village. Like, oh, you'll be fine, we'll be back in a couple days. And then our other buddy, Perez, who was on the trek, he got sick, and it was the same thing. Like, can he get better from this, or is this the end of his journey? So you had to go through all those thoughts. It was like, you're physically shot, you're emotionally shot. You're just like, man, like it was just some of those interesting pieces.
That's incredible. Another one of our questions, what is one thing that you want HTA students to take away from your experience?
Yeah, so for me, like I came from Pennsylvania and then I came to Hawaii. And so just that traveling and going, seeing different things. And then now that I'm in Hawaii, like just kind of taking advantage of like going and traveling and seeing other countries, and just gives you such a different perspective on what we have here in Hawaii and the things we should appreciate. So like, you know, I've been to Canada, I've been down to Mexico, I've been to Ireland, I've been to Thailand, Nepal. And so just the idea of like getting out and traveling and going seeing things, like Hawaii is incredible. When you go other places, you appreciate it so much more. But then when you go other places, you just appreciate a lot more like all the things we kind of take for granted. Like, you know, toilets, things like that.
Of course. Thank you so much. I do have one last question, but we are so grateful that you came onto our broadcast today. This is really so fascinating. I'm so grateful. But one last question. Did your head get cold?
Freezing. -7 degrees. Very cold. Very, very cold.
Because you're bald.
Yes, very true.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you so much to Mr. Wido for sharing his experience and being our teacher feature for the week.
Nua, did you know at the top of Mount Everest last year, 2 climbers got in a fight? It was all downhill from there.
Oh my goodness. Viv, if I climbed Mount Everest, what would you give me?
A push.
That's it for this week, folks. Thanks for the laughs. Ha ha ho news.